terms of, Eddie Glaude we've had Eddie on the show many times, and over the years, really, I think. But he's, getting more airtime on MSNBC, which is great because he has a very strong, passionate voice about these issues of race, and I think he just delivers a message very well that you just don't hear on television that often, frankly. And he's one of the few pundits that you can watch, and you just feel like he's just operating with a different set of rules that he has set for himself. I don't care if you fire me. On some level, this level of passion, is, I think, generally there's you never get discouraged to do this, but there's never sort of any type of encouragement, even in the context of where you're sitting around the desk. Everything's so antiseptic. But here's Eddie Glaude on Nicole Wallace's program.
I mean, America's not unique in its sins as a country. We're not unique in our evils, to be honest with you. I think where we may be singular is our refusal to acknowledge them and the legends and myths we tell about our inherent, goodness to hide and cover and conceal so that we can maintain a kind of willful ignorance that protects our innocence. See, the thing is that when the Tea Party was happening, we were saying, pundits, oh, it's just about economic populism. It's not about race. When people knew, social scientists were already writing that what was driving the Tea Party were anxieties about demographic shifts, that the country was changing, that they were seeing these racially ambiguous babies on Cheerios commercials, that the country wasn't quite feeling like it was a white nation anymore. And people were screaming from the top of their lungs, this is not just simply economic populism. This is the ugly underbelly of the country. See, the thing is this, and I'll say this and I'll take the hit on it. There are communities that have had to bear the brunt of white Americans confronting the danger of their innocence. And it happens every generation. So somehow we have to kind of, oh my God, is this who we are? And just again, here's another generation of babies. Think about it, a 2-year-old had his bones broken by two parents trying to shield him from being killed. A woman who has been married to this man for as long as I've been on the planet almost, lost her husband. For what? And so what we know is that the country has been playing politics for a long time on this hatred. We know this. So it's easy for us to place it all on Donald Trump's shoulders. It's easy for us to place Pittsburgh on his shoulders. It's easy for me to place Charlottesville on his shoulders. It's easy for us to place El Paso on his shoulders. This is us. And if we're going to get past this, we can't blame it on him. He's a manifestation of the ugliness that's in us. I've had the privilege of growing up in a tradition that didn't believe in the myths and the legends because we had to bear the brunt of them. Either we're going to change, Nicole, or we're going to do this again and again, and babies are going to have to grow up without mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, friends, while we're trying to convince white folk to finally leave behind a history that will maybe, or embrace a history that might set them free from being white. Finally.
I mean, you don't hear that kind of stuff on cable television very much.
Seriously,
just incredibly impressive, and that's the case. The country has never come close to sort of acknowledging this reality and then sort of reconciling it and trying to even move on. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. It's just an incredibly impressive People should send that around, incidentally.
People should send that around, put that far and wide, and tomorrow I'll have a Chris Matthews mashup of that.
Right, exactly. All right, folks, we only have time for...